Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here. So I wanted to talk about something that is obviously going to be happening this week, and it's very historic for Walking Dead fans, and that is that The Walking Dead will officially be wrapping up filming forever. I mean, I guess there could be some reshoots or little things that they might have to do in a few months from now. But that's not always something that does happen. I mean, it's possible that as soon as they film the ending, maybe they'll do test screenings and some of the test audiences will be like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that kind of thing. And so maybe they have to go and reshoot something in the spring. Like, I believe that's why they're not taking the set down or any of the sets down until like June, mid-June, late June or something like that. So they're going to put something together really quick and then just see how the audiences feel, because they might have to go back and redo something sort of thing, right? But in terms of the actual filming of the story and like having all the cast and crew, everyone there, this is basically it, because reshoots, you might not have everyone there anyways, right? So this is going to be it. And as of now, it's going to happen in 2 days from now on March 30th. That's going to be the very last day of filming if everything goes as planned. So I want to talk about that, give some thoughts on that, and then talk about part 3 a little bit too, because we're going into that. So obviously, before going further, make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this. And obviously, please be aware that this will contain spoilers for episode 15 of season 11, but let's get into this. So first of all, I really wanted to focus on The Walking Dead last night because The Walking Dead was airing, but then all of this Will Smith and Chris Rock stuff came out of nowhere, and like, damn, that just took over the internet. And it's been a very long time since something just took over the internet like that. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's what was sort of shocking about the whole thing in general. It was just that when it happened, like, I couldn't believe it was going to happen. And yeah, everybody has all these hot takes on either side, but like, I'm just loving it, to be honest. I'm just, it's hilarious to me. Like, I can't believe it happened. Just really insane. First of all, I think violence really is not the answer at all. That should not be allowed at all. Like, that's not right. But yeah, the whole situation was just hilarious. But anyways, as I was going through all of that, I started to realize that, damn, The Walking Dead is gonna be done filming very, very soon. And then The Walking Dead World on Twitter let me know that, they're gonna be done the 30th. And I did hear a day like that before, or a date like that before, but I wasn't entirely sure. So I'm glad that I kind of know. So if everything goes as planned, then it's going to be the 30th. So the 30th will be the very last day for filming for The Walking Dead. So I'll definitely do a video on that day, celebrating that. And I'll probably wait a little bit into like the afternoon going into the evening, just because I want to see if there's going to be any sort of posts or anything like that. So the 30th, that's a Wednesday. I'll do a Q&A video that day. So I guess that kind of lines up perfectly, actually, because I don't want to be doing trailer breakdowns or like episode reviews or breakdowns of any new information coming out that day, because it's the last day of filming. So I'd like to have that day focused on that. So I'll do a Q&A, focus on episode 15 and 16. I'll post that earlier in the day. And then for the rest of the day, we'll just celebrate literally The Walking Dead and the fact that it's a thing. Because yeah, it's going to be a pretty crazy, very bittersweet day, right? And I say bittersweet because in a sense, like, yeah, it's going to be over and like they're done. And that's sad and whatnot. But, they've been filming for like a year and a half now. So this is going to be a much needed break. Like they're dying for this right now. And not even that, like once the show was over and done and just filmed, they can start to focus on other things like the Rick movie and the other spinoffs, right? So it's bittersweet for a lot of different reasons, right? You're excited for the future, but you're also sad that it's kind of leaving. It's just, yeah, it's all everywhere. But yeah, The Walking Dead will be done filming in 2 days if everything goes to schedule. And it's pretty crazy because that's just 2 days away, Like, I don't even know what's going through the actors' minds right now, like the fact that they're going to be done filming this. Because for a lot of the actors, they don't get spinoffs, right? And this is going to be goodbye to a lot of those characters for a while. Like, everybody's going to be following Daryl and Carol, Maggie and Negan. We're going to see them in the spinoffs coming up. Rick might be showing up. There's a rumor out there that there's like a Rick and Michonne spinoff or something like that. But again, that's just a rumor. We'll have to wait and see where that actually goes. And so, you kind of look at all of that there and I'm like, yeah, that's just 6 characters. And yes, there's 6 really big characters. So obviously that's why fans are excited and not that sad that The Walking Dead is ending. But there's still so many other characters that we're saying goodbye to, right? Like Rosita, Eugene, Gabriel, Aaron. And again, some of these characters could die already. Like, Aaron, obviously I'm predicting could die in the part 2 finale. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. But maybe a character dies in episode 19 or 22, right? Like, my point is, we're saying goodbye to so many of these characters. And, I look at a character like Eugene in it, and it kind of makes a lot of sense. Like, Eugene has found Max, and it really feels like we're at the end for that one character story, right? It kind of feels like Eugene's story is about to be wrapped up. Like, once they deal with this Commonwealth arc, Eugene's just happy he has Max. They're going to live happily ever after. Maybe they'll have a family. And that's basically it. I think we'll see Eugene again probably. I don't know. It depends. Again, if they're doing the movies, we'll probably see him again in the third movie or something like that. If they do a Walking Dead Next Generation show in like 10, 15 years, maybe they'll get Eugene to come back, but he'll be really old because they'll be focusing on like older Judith and older RJ kind of thing. So, it is goodbye to a lot of these characters. And it's really, honestly, it's goodbye to what the story is. And there's a lot of different ways to look at it. Like, you can look at it like this is a goodbye to the original story, when it started in season 1, going, and the journey that's taken us to this point. Or you can kind of look at it as like, this is goodbye to what The Walking Dead eventually became. And then, the future is going to be what The Walking Dead originally, I guess, started out as, right? Like, if you think about it, when The Walking Dead ends, they're basically shedding a lot of the stuff that has been built up on the show, right? Since like season 5 or 6. So a lot of the characters that have come on since then are going to be gone. And then what are the characters that you're focusing on? You're focusing on Carol, Maggie, Daryl, Rick, Michonne. I guess there is Negan. Negan is from season 7, but obviously he's a fan favorite. So you look at that and you're literally focusing on characters like, besides Negan, you're focusing on characters that were introduced basically from season 3 and under, right? And so that's your original characters. So you're essentially kind of starting all over again in that sense and building up something new and something, bigger. So I think that's why people are so excited, and I can see why they wanted to end The Walking Dead in that sense. And I know that's not necessarily the only reason. I know that there's financial reasons and like, there's streaming rights and this and that. There's probably a bunch of variables to all of this, but the future's exciting. And yeah, I mean, I have a lot of thoughts on this. Obviously, it's just crazy that the show's ending. Like, I can't really believe that this show is going to be ending. And like, obviously it's been a lot of fun. Part 2, the finale looks like it's going to be a really big episode. So I'm really excited for that. Part 3, I think that's where we're all kind of waiting. Like, when is part 3 going to air? When are we going to get that teaser? If they follow what they've done in the past, we should get a part 3 teaser after episode 16 airs this Sunday. So we'll get that part 3 teaser. And for an actual full-fledged trailer, that's probably going to drop at Comic-Con. The one thing I'll be looking forward to, though, is if they announce an actual release date for part 3, because they might not after it releases on AMC Plus this Sunday. They might wait until April 10th. And so April 10th is really going to be the day where, they're going to drop a bunch of information about part 3, about like the release date and things like that. And probably some teases as to like what to expect, I think there's going to be some questions about Rick Grimes, and if they go to Comic-Con this year, there's going to be questions about Rick Grimes for sure. They're going to be asking, like, we're in the final 8 episodes now. Where is he? Like, when do our characters find out he's alive? Is it going to happen at all? And so, yeah, I hope that's not a reveal that they just reveal. Like, that is something that I think it's different if you reveal a character coming back. I think sometimes that could be more of a calculated move because you might want to boost the ratings, or it might make sense as to, building a future, because again, like, they're a business in the end. So they're running a business. So they're trying to figure out what's smart for their business. Right. But I think for things like this to say, like, yeah, they're all going to find out that Rick's alive, but you just have to see how. I think that's a little bit too much, because like, I think they should keep more of a mystery there a little bit, right? With a storyline anyways. That's a little bit too much. And I don't think they'll actually do that. But yeah, I'm expecting the trailer. Obviously at Comic-Con, we'll probably get a small little teaser or a teaser trailer on I guess not this Sunday, but April 10th, or maybe this Sunday actually. It depends if they post it on AMC Plus, right? Like usually they do, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's only 6 days away now. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. I just kind of wanted to talk about The Walking Dead a little bit. They're gonna be done filming in 2 days. Just crazy stuff. Honestly, really amazing show. I love this show. Obviously, I talk about the show a lot. It's probably my favorite show of all time. Like, if I'm thinking about like actual television shows, it is probably my favorite television show of all time. In terms of like sitcoms, I always like sitcoms. I feel like are in a different category. because I really like Cheers. I really like Seinfeld. You know, would I say that those shows are better than The Walking Dead? You can't really compare the two because it's a sitcom, right? Like Cheers and Seinfeld had a big impact on everyone, right? The Walking Dead also has, you know, but it's also a drama. It's also not going to be something that everyone could watch, right? Because of its, you know, its content. It's focused on zombies and death and and all that, right? It's a horror show, right? A horror drama show. So despite all that, you know, I just think of like my favorite shows for a while were Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead, and there was a period there where Game of Thrones was definitely better than The Walking Dead, and I think that was around when The Walking Dead was in season 7 and 8. But Game of Thrones went to shit really, really bad. And, you know, now Walking Dead is definitely, it's picked it up, you know, from season 9 and 10 and 11. It's much better than it was in season 7 and 8. And it's overall, you know, it's a great show with really great characters and it's really well written. There could be little issues here and there, but overall, like I love this show. I love the universe. And so it's pretty crazy to see that it's going to be ending. But I think the spin-offs and stuff like that are going to be more exciting. To be honest, with where the story is at right now with The Walking Dead, we're almost watching because we want to see how it builds up to the very ending, right? And see just to get to the point where we can watch the spin-offs and the movies and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just enjoying the ride right now. But anyways, post all your thoughts down below. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.